Hi, I'm Kirby.
I'm Dana.
And we are
Migratory Nerds. It's time for our latest adventure. Let's get exploring.
The LaGuardia Airport does not have a subway or rail stop at the airport proper, but you can take the Q70 Select bus service, which is a complimentary bus that will connect you to the nearest subway station. After baggage claim, you'll follow the signs to ground transportation, and you're looking outside for the Q70 bus stop. The Q70 bus will take you to the Roosevelt Avenue Jackson Heights subway station, where you can catch the E, F, M, R, or 7 trains. We highly recommend the app City Mapper, which works in many places with public transit that will give you all of the transit options between the 2 points you're looking to go. It's a lifesaver in being able to easily navigate public transit in different cities. As a point of reference, when our plane landed, it was an over $100 Uber into the city, and the subway cost us $2.90 per person. To head back to the airport, we took the E line to the Roosevelt Avenue Jackson Heights, and then took the LaGuardia Link Q70 right back to the airport. An Uber on our way back to the airport would have been about $60 before tip, and again it was $2.90 per person for the public transit. Migratory nerdy fact of the video. Do you know why New York City has both numbered and lettered subway lines? Did you know that the cars that run on these lines aren't interchangeable? The numbered lines won't fit at the letter line stations, and the letter station cars wouldn't fit through the numbered tunnels. This is because the lines were originally developed by 2 competing private companies that ran the subway systems originally. The numbered lines were developed by a company called IRT, and they focused on speed and efficiency, so the cars are narrower and run faster on the lines. The letter lines were developed by a company called BMT and focused on passenger comfort, so the trains are slower but they're wider to accommodate more passengers comfortably. In the 1940s, both companies went bankrupt and the city stepped in to make it one public transit company. JFK has the air train, which is right at each terminal, which will get you between the terminals, but also will take you directly to Jamaica Station, which is the closest subway station. Following the signs to ground transportation and the little green train sign. This is Terminal 5, but each terminal has an air train stop. And you want to follow the green signs. Transit to city is what we're looking for. I've only flown in and out of Terminal 5 at JFK, but it is a little bit of a walk to get from where you would go baggage claim to the air train. There are 2 options for air train to a public transit station, but if you're going into Manhattan, you would want the red line to Jamaica Station. From Jamaica Station, there's 2 main ways to get into Manhattan. You can take the subway, the E line, or you can take the Long Island Railroad. We're going to take one into the city, and then we'll take one on the way back. So to take the subway, you'll follow the signs for the E, and you'll take that into Manhattan. All of the Uber options were over $100. We paid $8.50 for the air train, and then we paid $2.90 for the subway. To head back to the airport, we took the Long Island Railroad from Penn Station, which also goes into Jamaica Station, and then you'll take the air train to your terminal at JFK. Ubers were anywhere from $80 to $100 on our way back. We paid the $8.50 for the air train and $5 for the Long Island Railroad. Remember when I mentioned that walk from the air train to the terminal? It is 0.3 miles from getting off the air train to getting to the TSA security checkpoint at Terminal 5. If you've got some time to kill in Terminal 5, check out this sweet outdoor space across from Gate 528. Alright, so let's talk about the different public transit options between the 2 airports. So, LaGuardia, you can get to the subway taking the Q70 bus. It is the most economical option, as in you're only paying for your subway fare, which is roughly $3 per person. However, the Q70 bus, which is the free bus that gets you from the airport to the Roosevelt Ave subway station, used to sort of be like a hidden secret that only the locals knew. We've taken it for a few years, and it was insane this year, both ways. Like standing room only, packed like sardines. In order to get off at a terminal at the airport, people had to get off so other people could get off. It was insane. So you can do it. It is the most economical way. It's way less expensive than taking an Uber or a taxi, but just be prepared to feel like a sardine. Everybody's got their bags. It was crazy. If we flew into LaGuardia again, I might consider taking an Uber from the airport to the subway station, which would be far less expensive than taking that Uber all the way into like Times Square or wherever you're going in Manhattan, to sort of avoid some of that chaos. However, I think if I had the option and planning a trip now, having just done both within a month of each other, I think I would fly into JFK, because the air train is, right, it's more expensive, right? The air train is like $8.50 per person each way if you're getting off at one of the subway stops, and then you have to pay for the subway or the Long Island Railroad. We'll get to that in a second. And it is a bit of a walk from JFK, any of the terminals, to the AirTran shuttle. However, if you were going to take an Uber from JFK, unless you paid for a specific level of Uber, which is I think called like black or curbside pickup, you have to actually get to the AirTran and take that to one of the other stops to pick up an Uber. So regardless, you got to go to the AirTran if you're trying to take an Uber, and so you might as well just keep going and get on the subway. If you're going within the terminals, the AirTran is free. It's definitely way less busy, and I think from JFK into Manhattan or into the city or back, you can take the regular subway, which is a little bit slower but cheaper than the Long Island Railroad, depending on where you're trying to go into the city. But I think my now ideal sort of, if I could plan this perfectly, I would go to JFK, take the AirTran, and take the Long Island Railroad, because the Long Island Railroad is truly like a train. It had seats instead of standing room only. It had places for the luggage. It was less busy. It is a little bit more expensive, still way cheaper than trying to take a subway or take the taxi or an Uber all the way into the city. Again, I said this at the beginning of the video, the app City Mapper is your best friend in a place with public transit. You put, I'm starting here, I want to go here, and it will give you step-by-step directions, which entrance to the subway is your best bet, whether to be at the front of the subway car or the back of the subway car, which exit from the subway station gets you closest to your destination. We're not sponsored by City Mapper. Happy to be, because we really love it. It's really helped us be more independent moving around the cities with public transit. And that's all I've got. So I'm Kirby, half of Migratory Nerds. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you get notified when all of our new videos drop. Bye!